Let's see, are we live? What's up, everybody? Just waiting for this to load up. Let's see. Is sound working? Is everything working? Oh, it is. Yes, that is right. So, I'm back. How's everybody doing? It's literally been I looked at my last video, my last live video, and it was like mid to end of June. No, it was like end of June, like 20 something, June 20 something. So, yeah, as I promised you guys, I take off the month of July. Um, July is like my time to refresh and take on like some fun projects and do stuff. So this live session today is just kind of all my updates, all the things I've been up to in the whole month of July. So yeah, but I am back, kind of. Well, I'll tell you why in a minute. But so let's see. Let me tell you what I've done all summer, like what I did and everything. So I did surf tons. So that's kind of like my big thing in July is surf a lot. Spend time with my kids. I taught two of my kids. Middle kid doesn't want to surf, but my 6-year-old and oldest can catch waves by themselves without my help. It's awesome. So they're both kind of surfing right now. And yeah, so I've just been surfing tons. And I actually started a new surf website, which basically encompasses everything surfing in the East Coast. Like I have all the surf reports compiled in one place, all the surf cams compiled, and then information about surfing. Check it out. It's radswell.com, R-A-D, swell, like S-W-E-L-L. I thought that was a cool name, Radswell. So yes, I've been surfing tons this summer. Then are in late June, around the time that I started taking off from all my work stuff. I switched to a whole food plant-based diet, which basically means I've stopped eating meat and I only eat whole food. So like I don't eat processed foods, and it's not like a diet. I shouldn't say. I've always wanted to eat very, and by natural I mean like stuff you don't have to cook, like an apple and pepper and stuff that's like whole and not like all compressed at the grocery store in like a cereal box or something. So I've been actually doing really well. I was up to 184. I dropped down to I'm like 166.4 right now. My goal weight was 165 and I'm pretty much remaining steady there. So that means like I'm dialed in. I eat lots of like nuts, oatmeal, fruits, vegetables, some peanut butter. I take a protein shake, like some protein powder. Uh, I have eaten some meat. Like I'm not against eating meat or anything. It's not like I'm not eating it for religious reasons or something like that. I know it's not super healthy, so I just am limiting the amount I eat. I'm just trying to eat healthy. That's all. Um, Still, like I'll have a beer or whatever or wine every once in a while. I'm just kind of, but I'm doing the whole food plant based. So whole food plant based, basically the Blue Zones diet. If you're not familiar with what the Blue Zones are, you should totally check it out. So the Blue Zones, they did a study, and I shouldn't say they, National Geographic did a study where they looked at places on Earth where people were living the longest and looked at what did these people all have in common, like what were commonalities across all of these people. And a lot of it had to do with their health and their diet. And most of them didn't eat a lot of meat. They ate meat sparingly, and they ate lots of fruits and vegetables. I mean, basic common sense. Drank water, and they didn't drink soda or eat potato chips. Like it's not rocket science diet. Like there's no special thing. You just eat healthy whole foods. That's it. A little bit of meat, wine sparingly, meat like once or twice a month. Like that's it. And you can eat really healthy, and it's good. I'm actually doing it. If anyone has questions about like good recipes or anything that they want that I'm using, I'll let you know. But it's pretty easy. Like I eat a bowl of oatmeal, and I'll get off this topic in a sec. Bowl of oatmeal for breakfast with some fruit. I'm not having any dairy, so I'm using like the almond milk, which I really like. And lunch, I have a big fruit smoothie. For a snack, I have a handful of nuts, different kinds, and Afternoon snack, I have one scoop of peanut butter and like a piece of fruit, which can be like today I had a grapefruit or a peach or whatever it happens to be. And then dinner, I make this. It just depends. I've had different things. Like I might have like I do have some processed stuff like veggie burger I've had, or like I'm eating something called tempeh, which is like soy or tofu, but it actually tastes good because I hate tofu. Um, and I'll cook like vegetables in it and make like a big stir fry kind of thing. Um, that's like my dinner, and then if I'm still hungry, I might have another bowl of oatmeal. Like it's really easy diet to go through. Like it's totally not difficult to eat whole food plant based. It's pretty easy, I'm finding. Now, and someone said highest altitude with the blue zones. Yes, some of them are in like mountain areas and stuff where like it's nice clean air, not lots of pollution, stuff like that. Okay, so that's I went on this diet. I still like working out tons, haven't lost any strength, even though I dropped about 18 pounds, which feels great. I haven't been down this weight in like a year, you know, so it feels good. My natural weight is good, like 165. I was creeping on 185, which for my body and type and stuff is too much. So anyway, I went away. I went to Chincoteague Island. My parents have had a house there since I was in college. Do they have like a vacation home? It's like a small cottage type house, but it's a really cool island. I actually lived there for 4 or 5 years. In the summers, I used to spend my summers there when I was working on my doctorate. Me and my wife actually used to spend our summers there. I would teach online. She would work in a restaurant. So we have lots of friends who are locals there because we lived there. So it's always fun going there and like going back to where we lived, which is kind of cool. Getting to see people. I got to see some of my buddies, which was kind of crazy. So when I was there, I didn't like watch the news or check email or anything. I was like, this is vacation. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I finally am like letting my guard down with COVID. Like I was like, I'm going in the stores without a mask. I've been vaccinated for, my last shot was March 25th. So I've been vaccinated, but I was finally like, COVID's down. I'm going into stores without a mask on. I'm feeling good. Like this is going away. I hadn't really been in restaurants or anything just because I have 3 kids. We can't go out to eat and stuff. So, I met some of my friends from Chincoteague one night at the bar, and like there's a bar like a kind of across the street from my parents' house. We actually met at that bar, which was good, and my dad came and stuff, and we just had a couple beers. And I got home and I'm like checking the email that night, and I was like, oh my gosh, COVID is back, and they're like recommending like you don't go in restaurants again, like wear masks again. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like this is back, and apparently vaccinated people are getting a little bit, like sometimes. I know it's a small percentage, and I was like, oh man, I finally work up the courage to go into a restaurant, finally go into a bar. I'm like getting back to normal. I'm seeing people, and boom, COVID's back, and they're like, no, you got to go back to where you were before. Just crazy. I'm not even going to get into the whole COVID thing right now because I just don't feel like it. I think everyone has COVID exhaustion. And I will talk about like kids and masks in schools because that's like a big issue. I'm not going to talk about that tonight, but I will talk about that in some of my live stuff coming up soon. But I got back from vacation and my cat's blind. So I have a cat. He's 17 years old. His sister, who was his twin, died like 6 months ago, which was pretty sad. I always thought she would be the one to outlive him, but she didn't. And so his eyes have been getting like gray lately. And we feel like his sight was going, but when we came back from vacation, he just plain like he'll like walk into a wall or like trip over himself. It's really sad to see him blind. So I took him to the vet, and they said he has high blood pressure, which apparently high blood pressure can cause cats to go blind. And hopefully some of the blindness, at least in one eye, might be somewhat reversible. So we're hoping that it clears up a bit. So he's on blood pressure medicine. So hopefully he can at least see a little bit. Like he can't, like, if you like put your finger in his eye, like close to his eye, like that's what the vet said to do, to, like test his sight. He like doesn't acknowledge that it's there unless you like hit his whiskers. So it's kind of sad. So we have blind cat now. Just what we need. So just what we need, because I've been, for the last like 3 weeks, I have been packing up my house every day. Like pack. I don't mean like pack. If I turned off like my background right now, you would see like emptiness behind. Like I've been packing my house because I'm moving. I move in literally a week, like in 11 days, which is absolute craziness. I moved to a new house, which is just like blowing my mind. So I'm packing for the new house. This is a new house we're building. At the same time, I have to rent my current house out, because I've talked about this before, but I'm big on investment properties and investing. And I already own my first house that I ever bought. I still own, and I rent that house out, and I'm renting my current house out. So I put it up for rent last week, and the problem is people wanted to come see it, but I'm like, I still live here and we're packing. Like, the house is a disaster. I have 3 kids. We have stuff out of the closets that we're sorting through to like throw away. The kids have drawn on their walls with like color, like the kids' rooms need to be painted. So it's just stuff like that. It's not like, you don't want someone to come in when your house is like at your worst. You want them to come in when your house is at your best, right? So I basically had to say to everyone, like, look, you can't see it. I'm just kind of putting this out there as like a coming soon rental. But I had so many people, apparently the market's so crazy, the real estate market, that I had people giving me offers for my house, which I'm not selling it. This is like a long-term investment for me. I enjoy the job of renting my house out. Like, it's fun. I enjoy fixing things and dealing with the tenants and all that kind of stuff. But I did find a renter. He signed yesterday, so that makes me feel very relieved. That's like one big thing off my plate. Okay, so I found a renter. And yeah, so he's signed the lease and paid first month's rent, security deposit. So I feel good in that regard, at least. But now I need to get the house ready for him. So in addition to packing, I'm like painting stuff. I'm fixing just little things here and there. Like, my porch light just had a crack in it, and I was like, a new renter isn't going to want to see a crack in my porch light. Like, little things like that you just have to take care of. I had lost the key to my front door of my house for some reason. I just couldn't find it for like the last like 6 months, and we never use it anyway. We only use the garage door, so I never unlock, or like I never unlock my doors, because I have a key for the back door, but I just lost it for the front. But I had to like replace little things like that. You have to replace, right? And there's all kinds of things I always replace for new renters, like new toilet seats and just different things that's like sanitary and they like. And in addition to that, I also have to have some contractors come in. I'm going to have someone come in and paint the whole house in addition to what I'm painting. And I'm having someone do switch out the carpeting, because the carpet's 16 years old. It needs to be replaced. Some stuff like that for the new renters. So getting the house ready. So and then I'm like buying all these appliances for the new house, buying stuff for this house, and it's like this huge like project, like crazy project. And I'm seeing like money go out the window. I've added it up. So let's see. I've spent $2,000 on a washer dryer for the new house, because we built this house, so it has nothing. Washer dryer, $2,000. I just bought a refrigerator today. That was $1,700. Let's see. Let's add this up. So we have 2,200 washer dryer. We have, I'm gonna like cry if I do this, 1,700 for the refrigerator. New carpet in this house was 1,100. Okay, so we're at I had to buy a couch. That was 2,200. Now we're at $7,200, and I haven't included the professional cleaning. Let's say my professional cleaning is going to be 500, and I haven't included painting. I'm like gonna cry that I'm not really, but I'm like so upset that I spent $7,700 and I haven't even seen the quote from the painter yet. So how terrible is that? That really sucks. That's like a lot of money. That's like real money. It's not like it's not like, oh, $500, which is still real money, but you know, like I can live with that. But 7 grand, man, stuff is expensive. And it's all, and the weird thing is, like, everything's so high priced right now. Like, it went up in value so much. Like, I mean, just like the refrigerator I buy is like $400 more than it was like a year ago. This stuff like that's crazy. And I'm buying, like, you know, buying paint and this and that, like little stuff to fix up that house. We're buying like carpeting for the new house, like for our bedroom, because we got wood floors, and they have these, so they have carpeting now. Like, so we got wood floors in all the bottom floor of our house, because one, for allergies, I didn't want carpet in my bedroom. I think carpeting's kind of gross. It's like you walk on it, so it's like dirty socks that are never washed. Like, try to vacuum your socks. How well does that work? Like, not too well. Like, I do not like carpeting. So we got wood floor, or like laminate, you know, the fake wood on the first floor, and our bedroom's on the first floor. And but we're getting like a carpet in there, like a square carpet, just where we're gonna walk. And they have washable carpet now. Like, it's like in the room, you lay it down, you know, like a square carpet or circle carpet you put in a room. Washable carpet. First of all, why was this not invented like 50 years ago? I can't ever figure that out, because washable carpet makes so much sense. And secondly, I can't figure out why everyone just doesn't have it. But okay, so there's that. Now let's talk about like professional stuff going on. So that's like my life right now. So I move in a week and a half. My life is absolutely crazy right now. Let's talk about some professional stuff. Well, before we get to professional stuff, so I switched from Call of Duty back to League of Legends. I'm playing League of Legends pretty much every day again. I'm going Vigar support, which is Vigar support. I call him Vigar. Vigar support, which is kind of cool, and that's what I've been playing. I'm pretty much ready to start ranked. So, because I've been playing him a lot in draft mode just to practice, and I'm totally ready for ranked with him, because I'm blowing away teams with him. All right. Professional stuff. I got invited and asked to do 2 presentations, which are coming up. So I move, and then like a week and a half later, I have to go to Orlando for a presentation. It's the Reagan Social Media Conference. I'm going to be talking about gamification in marketing. And then I come home. Me and my wife are making a trip out of that, because it's our anniversary. So I'm like bringing her. So we're making a trip out of that. I got that. Then I come home, and like 2 days after I get home, I get to go to Virginia Beach, all the way north, for a conference, NATO conference, where I'm going to present about virtual reality and gaming to NATO. So it's like I have these 2 presentations that I've got. They're both invited. I said yes to both of them because I didn't want to say no, and I thought it was kind of cool. I also at the time thought I was moving in July, I thought I was moving July 23rd or something, not August 21st. So and the conferences are both during hurricane season, so we'll see how that goes. But I have these 2 presentations coming up. My semester starts at 8:15. So I am prepping for my semester. I'm teaching 4 classes this semester. It still doesn't start like school starting, but I have my college-wide meeting tomorrow, which is kind of crazy. So college-wide meeting tomorrow. But yeah, my semester starts, and I'm teaching 4 courses, which is a lot, but I've already taught all 4 of them, so I have a lot of like the assignments and stuff prepped. I just have to change all the materials and stuff. So it's not as much work as a new course. It's more like when I've already taught the course, it's probably like a third of the time that it takes me when I prep a whole new one. So it's much less time, but I am doing that. And it's weird because like now with the whole like COVID thing coming back, I'm not sure how that's going to affect like esports. So I'm not worried about like campus stuff in general. Like my classes are all online anyway, so I technically never have to go in to campus for anything except all the esports stuff that we're trying to do. Like I was finally like, look, we're going to be able to have tournaments. We can finally have club meetings again and all this stuff. And now we're like talking about our first club meeting, and I'm a little nervous to like have it and go to it. And then we're going to like have a tournament with like 100 some people. Like, can we do that with this Delta variant around? I don't know. I gotta talk to the officers and see what we want to do. Maybe we can, like, at least to start out, maybe we could figure out how to have like a meeting. Maybe we could. I can't do it outside. I don't know, but we got to figure something out, and we do want to meet. It'll just be kind of sucks to wear masks and meet up in like a classroom to do that. I'd rather see everyone's face and meet outside where it's a little safer and we can like talk, but I don't know time wise if that'll work out, but that would be kind of cool. Anyway, we are going to have an esports meeting, club meeting. Our teams are getting ready, like the people from last year. We're going to get some new people on the teams. I'm pretty excited for esports this year. It's kind of cool. It's going to be really cool to see where esports is in higher ed in 3 years from now, because the kids coming up are so much more into it than like the kids going out right now. So it's, I mean, like incoming freshmen are more into it than outgoing seniors. And not that outgoing seniors aren't into it, but it's the younger the kids, the more it's been a part of their life longer. So it's just going to be interesting to see that what I predict is growth in the industry, field, and interest in the next 3 to 5 years. Just kind of a continued steady growth, and for the professional industry to figure itself out. So yeah, that's what's going on in my life. It's been a crazy month. It's been hectic. I had one of my cousins goes to UNCW, so I had him over for a night. I taught him he came out surfing with me one time. That was kind of fun. I need to have him over more. But with the move, everything's just been so crazy and so busy. And yeah, some weird stuff has happened. Like today, so I have to get a lawn service for my current house. When I don't live there, so that someone mows the lawn, because I'm not going to come mow the lawn. The tenants don't want to see me mowing the lawn every week, right? They don't want the landlord at their house all the time. They need their privacy. So I have a lawn service. So I'm pricing lawn services, and one of them came today and just cut my lawn. Like, I guess that they thought that me asking for a quote meant do it. And what I think happened is I actually used this company to do my hedges. They come and like do it twice a year, because my current house, I have tons of bushes. It takes 2 guys a full day who know what they're doing to do it, because I just have tons, so they do it. And I think they assumed that I was on board and said yes, because I think when they looked at the system and saw my name, it looked like I said yes because I have another service with them. But they came and cut my lawn today. And I was kind of like sitting there like, what's this guy doing? I haven't asked him to come. Now the thing is, I don't want to, and they charge you $50 each time they come. But the thing is, I was going to hire them to come in 2 weeks. So basically they've done like an extra time. So I don't think it's worth like getting the business mad at me for just some miscommunication when, I don't know. I don't think it's worth, I don't want them to like be like, oh, we hate you because you're complaining and we don't want to go there anymore. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm really going to say anything like, hey, I didn't ask for this service just yet. You weren't supposed to start yet. I was gonna send them an email this week and say, hey, can you guys come like after like the 20th, like come one time this month and then start coming in September. But now they're coming twice this month. It's not a huge deal. It's just, it was strange when they were here cutting my lawn. I was kind of like, what's going on? I don't know. It was just like, this is a little strange. So that's a funny thing that happened. Oh, something else crazy. So I can't even believe I forgot to tell this story. So I was at the beach we go to the beach. Me and my family go on Sundays, right? We go to the beach, and I was there, and my hair was getting pretty long. I had to cut my hair in so I'm the type of person, I cut my hair. I don't know if it's laziness or I just don't care what my hair looks like. So I cut my hair. And then I usually let it grow for like 4 to 6 months. I get to this point at like the 4 to 6 month mark where I'm like, man, my hair gets really, really, really itchy. and starts to bother me when I sleep and get just when I do anything, it's like lift and run. It's just my hair bothers me, right? Um, so, because I have like really, my hair is really straight, so it like grows. It just like grows down and gets really bothersome. Um, so, which is weird because my kids have curly hair, so their hair doesn't like get annoying like mine. Theirs like stays like nice. It looks like nice, but mine doesn't. So I was at the beach and I was surfing and my hair just kept getting in my coming in my eyes, and I was like, all right. I said to my wife, I said to Becca, I was like, as soon as we get home, I'm shaving my head. She's like, what? I was like, I'm done with this hair. I was like, I'm shaving it. It's so much for, if you shave your head, you know how good it feels against your scalp, to wash your hair. It just feels good. It's comfortable. It's just a nice haircut, right? It's like, it just feels really good to have your head shaved. It's nice, right? If you never experienced that, but as you know, I've experienced it my whole life because I've always had short hair. So when you shave your hair, get a haircut, you feel like refreshed. So I was like, I'm shaving my head when I get home. I'm shaving the whole thing off. I've never done that. I've never shaved my head completely. My brother has since like 7th grade. He's had like a bald head. He's just shaved his head bald. But I never have. I usually keep my hair like this is like short for me, but whatever. Anyway, so I get home and I shave my head. As I'm shaving my head, I like went, and right here, which you can't see, there's this big, huge, brownish black mole on my head that's like the size of my pinky nail. Like I'm talking like the size of my pinky nail right there, that I never saw before. Keep in mind, I had cut my hair like 4 months ago, and all of a sudden there's this huge growth on my head. I screamed. I literally, first of all, I thought maybe it was like a big tick on my head or something. Like, what is there, a blood blister or something? No, it was a mole. I screamed and I said to my wife, I go, come here, Beck. I was like, come in the bathroom. She comes in and I say, what is this? And her face did not make me feel better. Let's just say that. She was like, oh my gosh, like what is that? Where did you get that? Like it's completely new, because obviously I didn't have it before. I would have noticed it, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the dermatologist this week and have this sucker looked at, because this isn't good. So what I did, what's really interesting, is because I'm on video all the time, I started going back through my videos and saying like, dude, I have something right here. And as I went back through my videos, I could find videos and pictures of myself 2 years ago where in the video or picture, you could see a mole right here. But I just never noticed it. I guess I never cut my hair short enough to see it. It probably was just not as big either. Like it grew and was like, ow. Like it was probably just like skin colored. So like, I mean like skin depth, not color, because it wasn't my color skin. It was different color, so it clashed with me. It was like this reddish color almost. You can't see it now because it's gone, but it was like raised up, like puffy. So I called the. So I did find that I'd had it for 2 years. It just changed a lot, but I knew I had to have this thing looked at, right? Like this isn't good. New growth is not good. Growing big and fast, which is, it looked like this was not good. It was round, which is good, but they say like if it's black, that's not good. But this was like more like brownish black. But I mean I don't know. Like I'm not a dermatologist. What do I know? So it was symmetrical though, which was good. But anyway, I go to the dermatologist, and the dermatologist looks at it, and he spent a good, like sometimes I went to the dermatologist and they're like, and he look at it for 1 second and be our girl, and be like, "Oh, that's nothing. Like, we'll freeze it off." This guy got like a big like thing, then gets like another thing, and then puts like, and I was like, "Oh man," he's like spending a lot of time on this. I was like, this is like the worst thing ever. So he and I had seen a dermatologist like 3 weeks before that, and I swear she checked my hair and didn't see anything. But he comes up and he's like, "I'm pretty sure it's a blah blah blah," which is like harmless thing. And I do get those like harmless things on my face, and my dad gets them, my mom, and they're genetic. So I get like growths on me that I get removed. I actually had one removed like 3 weeks before that, right on my forehead. They're called like a I don't even want to say it because I'm not even, it's not, the word's not in front of me. It's called seba something keratosis. So anyway, look it up. Just type in like seb keratosis and you'll see what it is. And he says, "I think it's that." And I'm like, "What do you mean you think?" And he's like, "Well, usually we see these in groups." And I was like, "Well, I had like one here. I just got one here removed like 3 weeks ago. I had one here like 2 years ago that was removed." And he's like, "Assuming that's what it is, it's completely harmless." So I'm like, "Oh man, this guy's not even sure. Like, this doesn't make me feel better." So he's like, "I want to shave it off." Or he's like, "You know, you can freeze it off, shave it off." And I was like, "Let's freeze it." He's like, "Well, the problem is if we freeze it," he's like, we're not going to be able to tell you what it really was. He's like, "It's fine to freeze it if I'm right." And I'm like, "What do you?" This is so like, his confidence was not there, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this sucks." So anyway, I said, "Sure, let's shave it to be sure. Let's get a biopsy. Let's get the sucker biopsied." So he shaves it off. So first of all, when they shave a mole off of you, if you've never had it happen, first of all, it doesn't hurt or anything like that, but the healing process sucks because there's basically like wherever they shaved, there's just a hole there for like 2 weeks, like a hole wherever they shaved. I mean, literally. So he shaved a hole right there in my head. Just a hole. Yeah, it didn't bleed or anything like that, and I've had it done before. So when they freeze it, it's simple. But he wanted to shave it to biopsy it, so I was like, fine. So it's literally just healed right now. I mean, this was like so recent. This was like weeks ago. It's finally just healed. I have a scar there, which you can't even see, so it doesn't. I don't care about the scar, but you can't see it. But yeah, he had to shave it off. And yeah, he was right. His diagnosis was correct. It was the subcutaneous keratosis thing. It was harmless. It took me like 2 days to get the diagnosis back. So in that 2 days, I kept like wondering, like, what is this thing? What is this thing? Is this nothing? Please be nothing. Kind of sucks, but you know, that's life. We all have to deal with that stuff. And so yeah, that was just another random thing that happened this summer over like a course of 3 or 4 days. I just had like, I mean, I was literally just like shaved my head, and all of a sudden there's a big growth on it that I never saw before. Like, whoa, where'd that come from? Yeah, kind of crazy. So yeah, okay, so that's everything. I'm cutting the video off anyway because I'm at 30 minutes and I can't just like talk to myself that long. I guess I can. There's must be something wrong with me that I can do that. But yeah, that's everything. So I'm back. I have been creating some videos this summer, like every 2 weeks or something. I created a couple videos, but yeah, I got some videos to create. I did a good one on instructional design versus learning experience designer, which I like. That video, I did that not too long ago. So and I've been doing a lot of like the sports stuff. You know, like testing out the Garmin watches, Apple Watch, all that stuff. I was been doing some surf testing with the Apple Watch and Surfline and stuff. So yeah, stuff like that. But I got some videos coming up. I actually have a bunch of ideas, and I'm going to get back into my interviews too, so that's coming up as well. I'm kind of holding off until I'm moved in and done with these presentations, and then it's like full force video stuff. So stay tuned, more stuff coming, and later everybody, that's it.